What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on Melody speaking on us women having to consider someone's finances in a romantic relationship, and I could not agree with her more. Now, before we get into the details, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. You hear us content creators asking you to do that all the time. It causes YouTube to recommend this video to more people because they see that you all are enjoying it. Obviously, YouTube, they kind of keep a gauge on what we all like to search and watch. So they see that if other people are enjoying Love and Marriage Huntsville related commentary, then they'll go ahead and recommend this video to more people. So it would be a huge, huge favor for me if you were to hit that like button. Thank you so much. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I do TV show recaps, including Love and Marriage Huntsville, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I do some celebrity tea, celebrity gossip, celebrity news. And I'm very varied and versatile. Like I even did a story the other night on Shannon Bador from The Real Housewives of Orange County. It's being reported allegedly that old girl drove her car into a house. And allegedly she's gotten a DUI and a hit and run. But also, I love to talk about topics that impact women directly, things that we actually go through in life, such as dating and being okay with wanting someone to have their finances in order. Don't believe the notions of the past that we were gold diggers or sack chasers. What about getting the person that you deserve? And that is someone who is fiscally responsible, ladies. He or she knows how to pay a bill on time. They have good credit. If they need a loan, they can qualify. If they no longer want to rent and want to buy a home, they can make it happen. That is the type of person that you deserve. They know what a 401k is and they participate in it on their job. And they have a job. Amen. When I read this article, I was so inspired. It made me think about the song from the 80s. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. I remember that song when I was like a little girl. I would hear it like at the hair salon. I'm familiar with the record. I don't know the lady of the singer. I'm going to have to Google that once I'm done making this video. But I definitely remember the song because it is so true and so impactful. But let's jump right on in. So, Melody has been promoting her interview that she's done with the official Black magazine. And so I just Googled Black magazine, Melody Cherie Rogers, and boom, it popped up. And of course, in the beginning of the article, Melody talked about, her name changing ceremony, how our names carry a vibration. I've also given commentary on an interview that she did with Fox 5 Atlanta several days ago, where she talked about that as well. Also, Melody Cherie, she talked about there's so much strength in her maiden name Rogers, including her mom, her aunts and uncles, whom she saw work hard and overcome challenges. She said that there is strength in the name of Rogers, and it also includes her ancestors. So she connected with all of our ancestors who were taken and brought here during the Middle Passage, forced to be slaves, and so on and so forth. All right. So the part that really spoke to me was when the interviewer asked Melody, what does the idea of marriage look like for the future? And Melody said something that I have always felt in my heart was true. I remember even having this conversation with a panelist during one of my live recaps, and they disagreed. They said, oh, you can't say that. But Melody said it in this interview. She says, I will say that 37-year-old Melody and 22-year-old Melody are extremely different. Their outlooks on what it means to be equally yoked with someone are also extremely different. I can say now that I know what it means to really desire someone because you are equally yoked spiritually and emotionally. And I know some may not like to hear this, but you also look at finances when it comes to being equally yoked. At this stage in my life, these things must be present for me to say that we are equally yoked. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. A lot of times when you express your desires, whether it's to your mentors in church, the mothers of the church, or maybe even some of your siblings, they'll say that you're being picky. I cannot stand it when my girlfriends are told by other Black women that they are being too picky. And I think that that is absolutely BS. I just have a bachelor's degree. I have so many girlfriends with master's degrees. I have a couple of friends with PhDs. They ain't never been married. They don't have children. They even go to church and worship the Lord, and they own their homes. And Black men will not marry them. And yet, and still, we're expected to always, look at his potential. Oh, he has potential, and you shouldn't be so high and mighty. You should like come down. I remember I was an undergrad. My sister Kim came to visit me, and she took me out to lunch, and we were at a restaurant somewhere in the Michigan State, East Lansing area. And we were talking about dating. And I was saying, well, because I don't have any kids, I want someone who doesn't have kids. And because I'm earning a bachelor's degree, I want a guy who has that too. And she told me that, it's going to be hard to find those things in a Black man. So I should think about bending some of my rules. That was crazy to me. And I mean, of course, I didn't verbalize it. I'm the baby of a large family. She's 14 years older than me. But why are Black women always expected to adjust and, change our minds and change our goals for our life to fit the box of the straight Black man? That's why, y'all, I don't always have so much smoke for the gay Black man. I was tired of Funky Dineva. I was when he went after Melody and then Chloe Bailey, but like all the time just focusing on them, it kind of takes the focus off of the straight Black man and how he can turn a woman's life upside down. Like if you've watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and listening to Mimi, some of the men that she's dated, not just Stevie J, not just Nico, but the guy Rambo or Lambo, how she said he jacked up her credit, she went to jail. I have never ever wanted to date, the guys that were growing up in the same neighborhood as me. I'm sorry. And I know I don't care what anyone thinks. I know I'm not bougie. I know I'm not mean spirited. I just want what's best for me. And women, that is nothing wrong with that. Do not settle. And if you have to be single for a while, if you have to go out and kick it by yourself for a while, do it. Don't worry about it. Then the right guy will walk up and he knows that you're not for the bullshit because you're not settling with some no good, bad credit having, can't keep a job, he can't even go on the mortgage with you ninja. And that's what this answer from Melody Cherie spoke to me, and I could not agree more. And I always said that the Melody she is today is totally different from the 22-year-old Melody who married Marta. All right. So then there is some more that I want to talk about. So the interviewer says, you are exuding this amazing energy, especially this kind of feminine energy. It's like you are walking into this goddess time in your life. What does that look like for you now, walking into spaces and rooms with this rejuvenated energy? Melody actually specifies, she gives an adjective to this rejuvenated energy. She says, I'm in my soft girl era now. When I'm walking into rooms and spaces with this feminine energy, I'm smiling and being pleasant. There isn't much that's going to get me out of character or have me yelling. I'm not raising my voice at anyone. I was just talking to my manager and reflecting on how this past season of the show, I can't think of anyone that I really got into it with, either fussing or yelling, but they all still knew I was in the room. And I love this quote because, the stereotype about Black people is that, we're the angry Black woman or the guy is the angry Black man. And I feel like there is nothing wrong with you being yourself. And if being yourself means that, Perhaps you do talk a little proper. Perhaps you did grow up in a certain area. Perhaps you were definitely the minority, and you have a certain suburban accent. That's okay. Just be you. And you can definitely take care of business without having to always yell, like Melody is saying right in this quote. So I don't want anyone to feel any pressure to be a certain way, like toxic femininity or toxic masculinity. Just be yourself. And that is something that I feel like is very important, especially with the Black men in our community. They have to learn that that's toxic masculinity, to have all these notches in your belt, to say that you've been intimate with all these different women, and then a lot of times unprotected. So you have all these children by various women. There's nothing attractive or strong about that. It actually shows your lack of self respect, because then you wouldn't be, just what is it, sowing your seed or whatever that saying is all over. It sounds a little gross, actually. So definitely be yourself. That is what that speaks to me when I think of soft girl era. So there was definitely another sound bite that I wanted to get into. I was so excited. I should have had all of my tabs set. It is right in here. With everything you are doing and living in this new space in life, what message do you have for the next generation of women? I want women to know that they are unstoppable. There will be times when we get hit with things and we'll need to take a break and reassess. That should not be a reason to completely stop. I used to hear about people saying that they were unstoppable, and I didn't realize about that for myself until I went through some major changes. That's when I truly knew what it meant to be unstoppable. Then she says, I've learned that being unstoppable means setting your emotions aside and staying focused on your purpose. Sometimes you must save those emotions, put them in a little jar, and deal with them later. I thought this was great, because it really speaks to when you're in a situation that's uncomfortable or annoying. You have to ask yourself, what is a minor offense and what is a major offense? And for the minor offenses, just put them in a little jar. You can journal about them. You can pray about them. You can go in your basement and scream about them, or do all three, or go work out to get the aggression out. And then on the major offenses, you can speak up about it. But again, like she said earlier, that soft girl era, you don't have to fuss or yell. You can be very, professional, diplomatic about it. It's okay. Just be yourself, no matter what. And also, even when you have a disagreement with someone, a matter of an opinion, it doesn't have to be this huge blow up, this huge deal. Just put your emotions in a jar and deal with them at a later time when you're calm and you can just look at it objectively and decide what's minor and what's major and go from there. I thought this was a fabulous article. I'm definitely going to post the link to it in my description box as well as in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you all thought about this article. It was definitely inspirational. I always feel like in my thoughts, Melody reminds me so much of Oprah Winfrey. I remember my brother's ex-girlfriend. She actually went to one of those tours where Oprah went to all of the major cities at a theater, and she would give like a motivational talk. I remember Ayana going, and she told me that she enjoyed it. When I was in undergrad and I would come home for the weekend, she and I would always talk. We used to be close. So Melody reminds me of Oprah in that matter, where she's very motivational, very articulate. She is like this soundbite machine. That's why she's so great on interviews. I would love for her to do like a motivational tour. I would definitely check her out. All right. So I hope you all had a great Wednesday. We're already in the middle of the week, and I'm very excited. And I think I'm just going to go straight to the park and read. I won't worry about working out because I literally worked out Sunday through Tuesday. Let the body rest. So let me know how you all are spending your evening. Please hit the like button on this video. Please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to kick it with you. All right. I will talk with you all soon. Bye.